Hi, I'm Stu, and welcome back to another LumaFusion video tutorial. As well as all the big updates like video stabilization and the ability to edit directly from an SSD, there's also been loads of smaller things going on, and I want to show you some of them right now. Firstly, if you tap and grab that little turned T mark, you can see you can change the shape and position of the user interface. So for example, if you wanted more video, less library, you can set it up this way. If you wanted more timeline and just a little bit of video, but you wanted your library as well, then just move it to the middle. So a really flexible way of resizing everything to suit your needs. There we go, big video again. And if you want to reset everything, just double tap, and that will put it directly back into the middle. If you're using a trackpad, you can work with that as well. Again, just double tap on the little upturned T mark, and that will reset things back to the default layouts. So that's the first thing, customizable user interface. Now I've talked about this already in my other video tutorials, but I'll just show you again in this one, and that is the ability to change settings either by using the sliders where you've got them as arrows, or even more precisely, and this is especially good for rotations, you can go in and just tap one of the presets. So for example, 180 degrees or minus 180 degrees, or if you wanted 90 degrees, tap enter. So it's like a little calculator where you can work things out and then apply the settings and then just close them up. And then if I play through, you'll see I already had a keyframe on the go. Just that little option twisted things differently. You'll also see that the user interface is a lot cleaner and neater. Another new feature is the way you can drop clips onto the timeline. You now, if you press and hold the insert option, you've got three: insert to main, overwrite to main, and place on secondary. So for example, if I choose to go with insert to main, let's pick a clip. So I'm just doing a short 1 second, 21 frames. I'm going to press and hold, and I want to insert to main. What it does is it splits the clip. So the night sky is still kept. Then we go to the earth. Then we go back to the night sky. It split that clip up. It didn't take any of it away. This time I've got a slightly different clip. It's just 2 seconds and 5 frames. I can actually just slide that around wherever I want. Let's say we go there this time. Now if we tap and hold, instead of inserting to main, we can overwrite to main. So this means that for 2 seconds and 5 frames, it's going to overwrite to the main timeline. And you'll notice this time, there's no moving the clip over. It just slaps itself right in the middle, and you lose that clip data. You could of course stretch it back out by highlighting and then just rippling along and things like that, but that's not the purposes of this. And if we just Command Z and back up, the final option is to place on secondary. Now when it says place on secondary, if you've already got a piece of video on the secondary timeline, then it will place it on 3rd, 4th, 5th, up to 6th. But it just gives you an indication of it's going to put it above the main timeline. Again, all I've got to do is place on secondary, and boom, it puts it at the playhead on the 3rd level. And if I had something on the 3rd level, we go back to our planets clip, we take something a bit earlier, and press and hold and place on secondary, you'll see it goes to a 4th. You get the idea. So that's a really useful way of being able to insert. Don't think there's any keyboard shortcuts for it yet. I'll need to have a look, but normally the keyboard shortcut for this kind of scenario is W. Another new feature is how we import data through import media. If we tap on that, you can see the options available to us. It's interesting to go into edit or add and edit sources. We go in there, for example, I can drag across files. I can move up iOS. I don't use Box, sometimes use Dropbox. I don't use Google Drive. I don't use OneDrive. So I can get rid of those and just keep the ones I want to work with. And then from there, I can go to files. Now that is mainly geared up for external hard drives. So if you go in here and treat it like you would your Files app, you might get an error message throwing up. But if you want the Files app, tap iOS, and then that gives you all of your files. So for example, we could go to Emotion Art and we'll download this Giro and import it in. And then again, I want to press and hold, place on secondary, boom, we're done. And then just double tap to resize to make sure it all fits in. I'll use the position Y, get our eye in, go back, press the spacebar to press play. You get the general idea. In the same way that if you want to export, tap down here, tap on movie, and you'll now see you've got different options for exporting photos, YouTube, files, and iOS share. Again, tap add edit, and you now see you've got a lot of other options as well. So Vimeo, Weibo, Box, Dropbox, which I sometimes use, very rarely though, but I do have it. v3.0, which I do have. And you've also got a rendered movies folder as well as a wireless network drive. So for example, I'm not using Dropbox that much. I'll just tuck it back, but I'll keep v3.io in place. I'll just move it up one. Go in the back arrow, and then in this instance, once again, the files here, that's going to be for exporting directly to your external hard drive. If you want to do the normal workflow option, then you want to choose iOS, share, and AirDrop. Pick your settings. For example, we could reduce this down to 1080p. It's already on economy. That looks quite good. Tap there, and then just tap. In fact, we'll just put demo at the back of this. That's then going to write it. It's only going to take a second. And that then allows me to then save the files, and I can go down to LumaFusion version 3 new features, pop it into video assets, tap save, and that's it now saved. So a nice little clean update to how you actually import and export. Now, apart from overall performance and stability upgrades that Chris and his team have been doing, one other feature which has had a bit of a performance boost is story blocks. Now I use story blocks all the time, especially for creating these video tutorials. So if you tap on footage, that'll then take you into the general starting point. If let's say we go into nature, and then once you get into nature, we type trees, you'll find that the response time for pulling up all the video clips that involve trees, or at least are keyworded with words trees, are pulled up an awful lot quicker. That's a really useful thing going on there. And again, press and hold and place on secondary. It'll download for you, and then you're ready to edit that clip. So that was just something else I noted, that the story blocks interface was definitely a little bit more responsive. And no doubt there are other little gems of user interface dates. I haven't even looked at the transitions or anything. I don't think they have been updated too much as yet. No, they haven't. But you will probably find all manner of little tweaks here and there that Terry, Chris, and the LumaTouch team have done to the app. I think it's looking absolutely superb. I love it to bits. Love the new video stabilization. Still getting to grips with how best to use it, but that will come with time and just using different video clips and see what works and what doesn't work. I am going to do a video tutorial comparing it to my go-to prior to this, which was Emulsio, just to see how they compete. And I'm looking forward to some of the new features coming along, like speed ramping, multicam, subtitling, and all those options. There's loads to come later in the summer and maybe into the autumn. One of the cool things I love about LumaTouch is they don't put a deadline up and then force themselves to meet that deadline, which would lead to probably an inferior product. They take their time, they get the job done, and when it's ready, it gets released. That's why I've been using a beta today. It could be another 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, week before the actual version 3 update has been released. And if you're watching this in the future, then I hope you enjoy version 4, 5 or 6. But it gives you an idea of what's going on. If you've enjoyed this update video today, then don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. If I've earned your subscription, then subscribe to the channel. And if you want to be notified of the next video tutorial coming along, don't forget to tap that bell as well. And I will catch you on the next one. See you later.